I'm Granger Forson and welcome to my biz-smart channel. This is about me growing and developing my franchise business in Gloucestershire. So my channel is about me and how I've grown to where I am today and the journey I've been on. It's about updating you on building my business and where I've got to and what is happening. It's about all things lean, which is a passion and a drive for mine. It's also about the books I've read and things I've learned through my life. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment below and I will reply to you as I go along. So this week we are going to talk about this amazing book called Toyota KATA by Mike Rother. This was the book I came across about 10 years ago, and it's probably the one of books that changed my life and my thinking in terms of my lean journey. So what is KATA? KATA is the routine that we do, but KATA, in terms of Mike's definition, Toyota KATA, is the routine between two people. Those two people are the learner and the coach, and it's about their interaction and how they work together, so the coach leading the learner to explore new boundaries. It's about the learner growing through experimentation and developing. So let me explain more and let me go to my iPad. Here we are, sitting somewhere, thinking about how we want to improve and to develop and grow. This could be an objective in the business, this could be something that we want to do in our personal life, or it could just be a way of changing something around us. Now, wherever we sit in our little environment, we have around us a threshold. And that threshold is the maximum that we know, that we can see, that we can understand. So it's our threshold of understanding. Now we can set off in any direction that we would like to go. But in order to do that, we don't know where we will end up. So we need to set ourselves an objective, a goal, a direction that we want to go into. This goal or objective, what we would call a stretch goal, or our BHAG, our big, hairy, audacious goal. With our objective set, and we need to head off in the direction. Now we could do that in one gigantic step. The reality is that would be too big for us, and actually that's what puts us off and stops us from moving forwards. So we need another approach, is what we call setting target conditions. These target conditions are a small way out of our threshold of knowledge, so we need to stretch ourselves to get there, but not the whole way to our final objective in terms of what we need to get to. So these are the small steps on the journey that we'll go to. With our target condition set, we now want to head in the direction of the target condition, and we do that through daily experimentation. And each experiment will take us beyond our threshold, find a new way, and eventually arrive at our target condition. So these are our daily experiments. And these are key, and this is the true learning of KATA. These are the things that we try every day or every week, and we experiment as we get closer to our target condition. When we arrive at our target condition, what we'll now find, the threshold of knowledge has increased. What we now set is a new target condition. We then set off to experiment on a daily or weekly basis to find our way to the next target condition. And we keep doing this until our final experiments reach our target, our long-term goal, our BHAG, and we find that our knowledge threshold has now grown. So the key thing with Toyota KATA and experimentation is this crucial thing, these daily experiments or weekly experiments that drive us through our learning paths to get to our target condition. So over time, we achieve multiple target conditions that arrive at our BHAG. And that is Toyota KATA. Enjoy the learning. So hopefully that gives you an idea now of what Toyota KATA is. It's about growing your knowledge, your sphere of knowledge, and understanding more around you. We all set off on journeys, but we don't actually know where we're going to go. This sets our direction. We all set off on journeys, but the journey looks too far, so it breaks it down to these small steps. We all go on journeys, but we don't know what we can really do. So we do that daily experimenting. And those experiments, those trials, those guesses, those things you want to do are absolutely amazing. And that's the key. And that was the aha moment that I had when I read Toyota KATA and we rolled it out across the business I was working in. So a really beautiful, really successful thinking approach of how a manager or a coach will help their employee or the learner to learn and grow. And there are some steps in it, and I'd like to explain those steps to you now. Here are the 5 questions of the KATA coaching cycle. The first question here is, what is your target condition? And you're asking them to see if their target condition they're working to is connected to their overall challenge. Next, the coach asks you what's your actual condition. Okay, so try and use numbers, not opinions, and go and see. Okay, go and see it in terms of what's going on. Okay, really important. The next step are reflection, and I'll come back to that in just a moment. Because if this is your very first one, you'll then go on to question 3, which is what obstacles are preventing you from reaching your target condition. So hopefully they've got a list of them, and they've listed them out, and they've looked at what the problems are. Okay, but you're only asking them to say which one are you going to address now. So it's really important you're only doing one at a time. Next, you ask them, what is your next step? So what is your experiment? And this is that beautiful word, experiment. How are you going to get forward in terms of doing? And really important, you must write down, what do you expect to come out of it? And then you ask them, how quickly can we see the results? So when can we see the learning from this step? So they've written down what they're trying to do and what they think the outcome is. The next time round, when we come back, we now add in these extra questions here. And what we're now doing, we're saying to them, okay, so what's your actual condition now? You tried your experiment, and what did you plan to do? So this is the plan they set out to do, what they're trying to address. Next, what did you expect? So you're seeing what they've written down, and all these were written down in the last step. But we actually then say to them, it's okay, what actually happened? What did you learn? What happened? Okay, and what did you learn, and what's the key thing? So these 2 are done at this stage. You then move on to, okay, so maybe it didn't work, maybe it did work. How are you at your target condition? If you're not in target condition, what's the new obstacle in your way? How are you going to address it? Then, what's your next step? And where do you can focus? And when can we come back and learn? And these, through a repetitive cycle of going around and around these questions, maybe every other day, every day of the week, whichever the frequency is, these experiments are done and we push forwards toward our target conditions. So these are the coaching questions that exist within KATA. So those are the standard questions that a coach will ask a learner to think about and help grow in terms of experimentation. And let's think about this in a big context. Let's take something huge. Let's take SpaceX. SpaceX today, if you're interested or not, you can go online and see all the YouTube channels that are following SpaceX as they're iterating the design of a space rocket. And not just a small one, a huge space rocket. And even they've gone, you know what, how can we make it lighter? Tell you what, we'll catch it out of the sky. They're building a structure to catch a rocket out of the sky as it comes back, in terms of reducing the amount of weight that the landing legs, etc. would have on it. What an amazing set of iterations. Nobody said it could be done. SpaceX said, let's do it. They're pushing the boundaries of their thinking. They're pushing the boundaries of opportunities all the time. And that's what great KATA, great experimentation is all about. So what are you going to experiment today? What are you going to drive towards your target condition? What's your overall goal? Where are you trying to go? And just get out there and start practicing daily experiments. Thank you.